Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Lina Adel. This is Med School. Today's video is about the innervation of the scalp, and I've made a video in Arabic, but I have to read it all over again. So, yep, without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I want you to imagine there is a line passing from this auricle to the other auricle. So we end up with two parts, this part and this part. Four sensory and one motor. Four sensory and one motor. The sensory part is going to be innervated by this part is going to be innervated by the trigeminal nerve, the fifth cranial nerve, and this part is going to be innervated by the spinal nerves, C2 and C3. And for the motor innervation, it's going to be from the facial nerve innervating the occipitofrontalis muscle. You know, we have the frontal belly and the occipital belly of occipitofrontalis muscle. So, and you know that the facial nerve goes from the stylomastoid foramen, which is between the styloid process and the mastoid process. It goes out and passes just like this. When it reaches the parotid gland, it is divided into many branches. One of its branches is the temporal branch, which supplies the frontal belly of occipitofrontalis muscle, and the posterior auricular branch, which is going to be innervating the occipital belly of occipitofrontalis muscle. All right, and for the sensory, here we divided the trigeminal nerve. You know, it is divided here. The trigeminal nerve, from its name, tri means three. So it is divided into three divisions. One goes for the orbit, the ophthalmic division, and one's for the maxillary bone, the maxillary division, and one's for the mandibular, and one for the mandibular bone, mandibular division. All right. The ophthalmic division has many branches. One of these branches is the frontal, which gives two other branches, supratrochlear, supraorbital. All right, they supply the skin over the forehead till the vertex. All right, then we have the maxillary division, gives also many branches. One of them is the zygomatic, which, you know, I've mentioned that the zygomatic bone has, in other videos, has two foramen, one from front and one from behind. The front one, zygomatic, for the zygomatic-facial nerve to pass out of it, and one for the one from behind is for the zygomatic-temporal branch to pass from it. And we have the mandibular division as well, has many branches. One of them is the auricular-temporal. All right, back to the doll. So, supratrochlear, supraorbital, from the frontal branch, which is from the ophthalmic division of trigeminal nerve, supplying not just the forehead, but it goes back till it reaches the vertex. Right? And here, this is supposed to be the zygomatico-temporal branch. All right, supplying the temple area. And this one's supposed to be, which is which is branch of which nerve? Which division? The maxillary division. And this is supposed to be the auricular temporal, which is a branch from the mandibular division of trigeminal nerve, supplying not only the temple or the temporal region, but supplying also the upper 2/3 from the outer surface of the auricle. Now we just finished these four sensory nerves: supratrochlear, supraorbital, zygomatic-temporal, and the auricular temporal. All right, and the motor innervation is the temporal branch of the facial nerve, supplying the frontal belly of occipitofrontalis muscle. And for this part, it is gonna be innervated by C2 and C3. This is the sensory, and for the motor, you know, the posterior auricular branch of the facial nerve, supplying the occipital belly of occipitofrontalis muscle. I want you to repeat with me: occipital, 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 lesser occipital, greater occipital, and then third occipital. Third, lesser occipital, greater occipital, and third occipital. Lesser occipital also supplying the auricle as well, the inner part, the upper part of the inner surface. All right, and What else? Now we end up with 3 nerves, sensory nerves. The fourth one is the great auricular nerve. All right. For the great auricular nerve, I want you to imagine with me that the great auricular nerve, this is supposed to be the stylomastoid, the sternocleidomastoid muscle passing from here to here. And I want you to imagine that the great auricular nerve walking over the sternocleidomastoid muscle and giving branches, one for the supplying the skin over the angle of the mandible, and one supplying the skin over the parotid gland, and one supplying the skin over the mastoid process. And it also supplies the lower third of the outer surface of the auricle and the lower parts of the inner surface of the auricle as well. And this was the fourth sensory nerve that supplies this part as well. Anyways, we've just finished it. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and if you have any question, please write it down in the comment section, and see you later. Bye.